What completely legal things, when done in public, make you look like a psychopath? There's a guy in my town that has a portable karaoke and casually walks around singing to himself and dancing. He's not a busker or entertainer, just in another world. Laugh when nobody does when watching a movie in a cinema. Taking your belt off, putting it in your pocket/bag and continuing. Not swinging your arms when you walk. Digging at night. Staring at somebody with direct eye contact and not saying anything. Lockpicking the door to your own house because you've lost your key. Trench coat plus sunglasses. Keep a grin on your face while maintaining eye contact. Freaks people the hell out. I'm not sure if other people see me this way, but I always feel like a creep when looking straight ahead alone. I feel like the person in front of me is gonna turn around, see me, and think I'm a creep. What is worse is I forcefully look around, but I also feel like that is weird, and that people will think I'm trying to make it look like I'm not looking at them, when I really am. It is a weird dynamic. Edit. Holy crap, I honestly had no idea so many people had the same thought. I thought I was just some weirdo with this. Thank you for giving me advice on how to deal with this. There was an Twitter post a few months ago about a dude who was drinking straight coffee creamer walking down the sidewalk. Edit. Thank you for the awards. Brushing your teeth. Just straight up brushing your teeth in the street. Walking around drinking a glass of water from home. Asking a person for directions like which way is the forest, and then going the completely opposite direction. This one time my ex-girlfriend asked me to pick up her prom dress from a friend. I went to the friend's house at around 9 PM and picked up the dress. She gave me no coat hanger or anything, so I just carried the dress in my clenched fist. As I was walking back home through a dark alleyway, it occurred to me that my hand is pretty sweaty and the dress might actually start smelling bad from all the sweat of my hand. I wanted to check the situation, so I smelled the dress. As I was standing in the alleyway in the darkness of the night, smelling a red dress that I was gripping in my sweaty hand, I saw a woman standing several feet from me, scared shitless, reaching for something in her purse, a phone, a pepper spray. At that point I became more scared/embarrassed than her and ran off. I assume that to this day she's telling her friends a story about how she was almost murdered by a dress-stealing maniac rapist/murderer. Edit. My first award ever. Thank you, kind stranger. Empty a chocolate sauce bottle and use it as a water bottle in the gym. My teacher told some fun stories. These were all completely legal, deactivated items, mind you. 1. Cycling along and crashing. He spilled a full batch of grenades on the road. 2. Driving with a trunk full of weapons. He noticed that the RPG was sticking up and blocking his rearview mirror. So at the next red light, he quickly hops out, goes back, takes out the RPG, fiddles with the rest of the guns, puts it back in, then waves to the driver behind him. You know, sorry for being that guy. He then notices that the car behind him is one of those money trucks, with two drivers sweating profusely and pale as a wall, and there are trucks parked on either side. It looked totally like they drove into a trap and a guy was going to RPG them for the cash. As someone who works overnight, gardening at 2 AM. Whose story time? My old landlord's husband was clearing out a bunch of stuff recently after an operation, and the dude collected medieval weapons that he had to get rid of. Asked me if I wanted one. I said sure, it would be pretty sick. So walking back to the car at 10:30 at night, in pitch black, lit only by street lights, I discovered there is no way to hold a two-handed axe without looking like a crazy person. Edit. For those asking, this is the axe I mentioned, me in the photos. Stop mid-walk and turn around. For some reason it doesn't feel right when I'm doing it. Ironing in the front yard in your bathrobe. Talking alone/to yourself. I do it sometimes when alone, but it makes you look like a crazy person if you do it in public. Wear your pants and shirt backwards. It's fine to carry around human bones, Ahem, I mean legal specimens in creepy looking boxes. Everyone in my anatomy class was given a box and we took public transit with it while smelling like death. You could literally see creepy people on the bus move slowly away from us. As I learned in middle school, just breaking up laughing at something funny you thought about. Hold conversations while never breaking eye contact with their left ear. When entering an elevator, don and turn back around to face the exit. Eating the grass at the park. Taking somebody's groceries at the checkout. They haven't paid for it yet, so it isn't theirs. Sitting on the steps of an escalator. Edit, I now know that this is dangerous and thanks for 8k of you all for upvoting. Walk into any store and just lay down. If anyone asks if you need help, tell them you're fine. Then, after a minute or so, stand up and go about your business. When I feel a bit of sensory overload, I tend to rock back and forward. I think it is a fairly common autistic thing, but I also find it calming to recite lyrics or poetry to myself. Focusing on the words and pacing helps. Jabberwocky is a fave. That does mean I am the crazy lady on the bus, rocking back and forth muttering it was brelig, and the slithy toes, did jar and jimble in the wab, which is apparently ominous as fuck. Take a stroller / just carrier with a fake baby in it, proceed as if it is in fact your living child. Bonus points if you can throw your voice. Sitting on a park bench as a grown man brushing your doll's hair and telling her what a pretty girl she is. Sucking and licking your fingers lustfully. Loud talking, volume control in general. If you speak insanely loud, but in a generally respectful tone, during regular conversation with your cashier, people act mad weirded out. Also, maintaining excessive eye contact makes people antsy. Talking to yourself in public too. Booking with a flamethrower. Yes, it's legal. Everything, according to my anxiety. Being exuberant / joyful, if you're an adult. If you're a kid, it's perfectly fine. Talking to someone on the phone with their pods in, while also having long hair and or a hat on. 11/10 times it appears that I am having a passionate conversation with my imaginary friend walking next to me.